With just 327 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Megasaurus 55's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 5:16.978. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Sunoiler's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:11.059. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Megasaurus 55 posted 1:07.729 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunoiler posted a 1:09.788 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Supercar, V8, Holden Commodore VF has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
Alright, Megasaurus 55 has put down a 1:23.426. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that supercar, V8, Holden Commodore VF.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
There's the first flying lap for Mr. Bang, hitting 15:05.308. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 107.729. Jack M teams on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Look at Jack M team go. They're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car is performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Megasaurus 55's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:05.263. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Look at Wayne Pearson taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Watch as Smells Like We takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything a euro. The brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Jack M Team's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 108.437. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Look at Wayne Pearson taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Smells Like We is on their outlap. Incredible performance by Smells Like We so far. They have been the benchmark in this qualification session, consistently setting fast lap times, and Smells Like We has completed their outlap. Wayne Pearson will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position.
But they can't count their chickens before they hatch. There is a long way to go.
We see Sun Oiler sitting in the second spot. Taking off from the third grid slot is the skilled driver, Jack M Team.
And they are looking to start the race on the soft tire compact.
In fourth place, we have Megasaurus 55.
Let's see what Megasaurus 55 can do.
At fifth, we have the one and only Mr. Bang.
The British driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Starting from the sixth position, Smells Like We will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. The green flag is waving and we're off to the races. Let's see who can get out in front and establish an early lead.
Maintaining a safe distance while still pushing for position is a delicate balance. Experience and composure will be vital in these opening moments.
It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today. The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. Bloody hell, Jack M team's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched third. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
Absolutely. Jack M team is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
You know, Rob, these pit stops always amaze me. Just a few seconds, and they change tires, refuel, adjust settings. It's like a well-choreographed dance.
Absolutely, and the precision. One slight misstep, and it could cost the race. It's an art and a testament to the pit crew's relentless training and coordination.
Like a scene from a thriller, Jack M team's on Wayne Pearson's tail, hungry for that spot.
Looks like Jack M team has got more moves than a cowboy in a honky-tonk bar. Wayne Pearson better watch out or he'll be two-stepped right off the track.
Crikey, Sun Oiler's playing hardball today. Closing off those gaps like a tight-knit woolly jumper. Good luck weaving through that one. Smells like we. Sorry to cut in here. This is a disaster for Smells Like We in the Supercar, V8, Ford Mustang S550 coming into the pits and isn't going to do much to improve their chances in this race.
That's going to be a big disappointment for them at this stage. Let's hope the team can regroup and make some sort of recovery.
The crowd is on tender hooks as Smells Like We in 6th chases after Mr. Bang. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Smells Like We find a way to catch up?
Watching Smells Like We right now is like reliving my high school track meets. A for effort, D for speed.
Mr. Bang's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. The race is really heating up. Sun Oiler is hunting down Wayne Pearson with everything they've got.
This is where every inch counts. Sun Oiler is pushing hard to close the gap on Wayne Pearson. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to put.
Breaking news, folks. Maybe Megasaurus 55's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers. Hold on to your seats. Wayne Pearson's turning the heat up on Megasaurus 55, closing in for the kill.
The mental game is just as important here. Wayne Pearson must keep their cool while putting pressure on Megasaurus 55.
Wayne Pearson's showing off some serious moves, making Megasaurus 55 look like they're dancing with two left feet.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Wayne Pearson is turning this race into a barn burner. Megasaurus 55's gotta dig deep now.
With all these modern racing aids, I sometimes wonder, would the legends of the past, the real trailblazers of the sport, have had it easier or tougher today?
That's a debate for the ages, Rob. The tracks might have evolved, the cars definitely have, but the heart of racing, that's eternal.
Fair dinkum, I reckon Wayne Pearson's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Mr. Bang in the front.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Wayne Pearson's got the pedal to the metal, chasing down Mr. Bang like it's the last slice of pie at a family reunion.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55 is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Mr. Bang's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. It's like David versus Goliath out there. Megasaurus 55 just slung a stone and gained ground, while Mr. Bang is left searching for footing.
Someone better check if Megasaurus 55's been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
Wayne Pearson is in third and is being closely chased by Megasaurus 55, who is just 0.3 seconds behind.
Back in my racing days, I just let folks like Megasaurus 55 pass, but that's probably why I'm up here talking, not down there driving.
Crikey, Wayne Pearson's flat out like a lizard drinking, pulling away from Megasaurus 55 with quite a clip. Cricky, Mr. Bang's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard Megasaurus 55's favorite song? Maybe Mr. Bang can play it to distract them and close that gap. Just a thought.
Blimey, Sunoiler's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt. Sunoiler isn't just racing, they're weaving a narrative, sitting proudly in second.
You're right, every gear shift, every turn counts. Sunoiler knows the weight of that second.
Smells like we's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast, and at least I woke up with a kebab in hand. The gap between Smells Like We and Mr. Bang is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
I reckon Smells Like We's dialed in their camber settings. They're getting a much better contact patch on the tires, gaining on Mr. Bang with every twist and turn.
It may seem like Megasaurus 55 is far behind, but Wayne Pearson can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Megasaurus 55 an opening to catch up.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the equation, Megasaurus 55 can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Wayne Pearson. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Megasaurus 55 is definitely living on the edge today.
Boy, Megasaurus 55's hotter than a summer Barbie right now. Wonder if Wayne Pearson's feeling a bit exposed?
Yeehaw, Megasaurus 55 just lassoed that laptop. Wayne Pearson, you feeling a bit tied up now?
Oh mate, smells like we's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
You ever been to a school reunion and thought, what happened to that guy? Well, I'm looking at Smells Like We, I'm thinking the same.
This is what it's all about, folks. Megasaurus 55 is in hot pursuit of Wayne Pearson, who's just trying to stay ahead. It seems like Megasaurus 55 is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. It's a battle of wheels out there, with Smells Like We trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Mr. Bang. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race?
I agree. Smells Like We is putting in the effort. Sort of like me at karaoke night. Not sure about the results, but full points for enthusiasm.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Well, butter my biscuit. Megasaurus 55 is no slouch, mate. That lap time's gonna give Wayne Pearson some grey hairs.
Hot damn, Megasaurus 55's burning it up, and Wayne Pearson's got front row seats to the show. Hope they didn't blush too hard.
It looks like Wayne Pearson is in control. They're ahead of Megasaurus 55 by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon.
Just like in the old school days of racing, it's not just about speed, it's about the strategy, the mind games. Wayne Pearson's got that game face on.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? It's pedal to the metal for Megasaurus 55, while Wayne Pearson's still flipping through the radio channels.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Megasaurus 55's got the afterburners on full blast today.
The age-old challenge. Wayne Pearson is trying to catch Megasaurus 55, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks.
Look, Wayne Pearson's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
Megasaurus 55 is placed third at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Wayne Pearson, who is 2.0 seconds behind. Struth, Megasaurus 55's driving like they've stolen it, putting some serious distance between themselves and Wayne Pearson. Is there anything left in Wayne Pearson's tank?
It's clear that Megasaurus 55 is dominating right now. They're making it very difficult for Wayne Pearson to catch up.
As of now, Jack M Team stands tall in the first spot. Jack M Team's in front, but Sunoiler is clinging on like a koala to a eucalyptus branch, reducing the gap to 5.7 seconds.
Looks like Jack M Team's got a hungry wolf in the henhouse, and that's Sunoiler.
With the asphalt burning beneath them, Megasaurus 55's strategy seems to be working, placing them in third. The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Wayne Pearson is getting smaller. It's now down to 3.6 seconds. So, Hal, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant consequences, Rob. It could lead to an off-track excursion, a loss of position, or even a collision. That's why it's crucial for drivers to stay.
Sorry to cut in here. Well, Mr. Bang's spinning like my life in 2020. Someone get them a map? Or a therapist?
Whoa, Mr. Bang's pulling a me at a family gathering, aimlessly veering, hoping no one notices.
I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging. Things are going according to plan for Jack M Team, who is currently first.
That's right, they can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
Like a dingo on the chase, Sunoiler is hounding Jack M Team and the gap's now just 4.4 seconds.
That's a worrying sign for Jack M Team.
Sometimes, I feel the strategy behind these races is deeper than a conversation at 3 AM in an outback pub.
You're telling me, it's like planning a family reunion in a small southern town. You've got to consider who's coming, who's feuding, and who's gonna cause a ruckus. Then prepare for it all to change in a heartbeat.
As the sun beats down and the engines roar, Jack M Team stakes a claim in first.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Jack M team holds onto that first, it's like they're leading in a tango.
Watching Mr. Bang try to close that gap on Wayne Pearson is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Remember when we thought Mr. Bang had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Wayne Pearson's mirrors awfully busy.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Wayne Pearson's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind. The drivers have been working hard to come up with the perfect racetrack. They've been looking at the weather, the track conditions and the performance of their cars.
Now it's time to put that strategy into action and see if it pays off.
Why did the race car go to school? To improve its track record.
And I thought it was to accelerate its learning.
From the grandstands to the pit lane, all eyes are on the action. Amongst the frontrunners, Jack M team is showing prowess in first.
They say racing's a game of nerves, and Jack M team's surely holding theirs, keeping that first spot warm.
Some great driving from Jack M team, who has increased their lead over Sunoiler and is starting to put some distance between them. Things don't seem to be going Wayne Pearson's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
It's not over till the checkered flag drops though, and it's important they don't lose concentration at this point.
Wayne Pearson's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Megasaurus 55. It's like chasing a Roo on a motorbike. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Mr. Bang, who is currently in P5. But Wayne Pearson is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Mr. Bang. Fair dinkum, Mr. Bang is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Wayne Pearson is now down to a whisker at 13.5 seconds.
That's a great effort from Mr. Bang. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
Well, it doesn't look like Wayne Pearson is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Megasaurus 55. It's not going to plan for Wayne Pearson. They are still behind Megasaurus 55 and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Ah, is that what the smell is? Good on ya, Wayne Pearson. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. At this stage of the race, Jack M team is holding on to first. Anything can happen from here. Jack M team is off like a bride's nightie, leaving Sunoiler huffing their exhaust fumes.
Yep, Rob, Jack M team is tearing up the tarmac, but can Sunoiler dig deep and go hell for leather to catch up? It's clear as day that Jack M team is holding all the cards. They're making it near impossible for Sunoiler to close that gap.
You know, Hal, during a long race like this, how easy is it for a driver to experience a lapse in concentration?
It can be quite easy, Rob. With so many factors to consider and the intense focus required, even the most experienced drivers can have a momentary lapse. That's why mental training and staying in the zone are so important.
Looks like Sunoiler is chasing Jack M team harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
Lord have mercy, Sunoiler's got more space between him and Jack M team than my paw got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
Fair dinkum. Sunoiler's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tire technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
It's like Jack M, and there it is. Jack M team has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. What a fantastic race from Sunoiler, who brings it home in second place. Sixth Seas smells like weed. Well done to Megasaurus 55 for securing third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Wayne Pearson brings home fourth. Mr. Bang take fifth. Starting from pole position is the perfect place for smells like wee to launch an attack.
But they will need to stay cool under pressure. If they can do that, they'll be in with a chance.
Mr. Bang will look to make a splash from the second position on the starting grid.
Could we see a podium result from Mr. Bang?
Wayne Pearson is third. Taking the fourth spot is Megasaurus 55. It's Sunoiler, sitting comfortably in fifth. Jack M Team is lining up sixth. A clarion call to action has been sounded, and our heroes and heroines face the opening gauntlet. With cars in such intimate proximity, the ever-present risk of a calamitous twist beckons.
This is where the true test of a driver's skill comes into play. It's all about finding the right line and carrying as much speed as possible through the turn.
The drivers will need to be precise and calculated if they want to make it through this section unscathed.
And with so many cars jostling for position, it's a real test of nerve as well. One wrong move and you could be out of the race before it even really gets started.
That's right. The pressure is really on these drivers to perform. I can't wait to see how this race will play out. These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race. I swear, Megasaurus 55's on the prowl, making that leap to fourth look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. The track conditions are looking good here today. The drivers will be able to push the cars to the limit, and it's going to make for some exciting racing. The tension is building as Mr. Bang trails behind Megasaurus 55. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Megasaurus 55 hold on, or will Mr. Bang be able to close them down?
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Megasaurus 55 is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Mr. Bang and P5 doing everything they can to catch up.
Oi, Mr. Bang, if you wanted a tour of Jack M Team's rear bumper, you've got a front row seat. Better make your move before the show's over.
It's like watching a classic game of cat and mouse. Only this mouse, Jack M Team, has some serious horsepower. Mr. Bang better find some cheese and lure them out.
Jack M Team is hitting the apexes like a pro, increasing their lead over Mr. Bang. But can they keep it up without spinning out?
That's right, Rob. It's all fun and games until someone pops a tire. Let's hope both of them can keep it on the black stuff. You hit the nail on the head, Rob. They've got to keep their eyes on the prize and not let ego steer them off the track.
Watching the drivers handle their cars is like watching a croc handler in a wildlife show. There's a finesse to it. But one wrong move, and you're in a world of hurt.
Oh, for sure, it's like trying to rope a bull in a rodeo. It looks easy from the stands, but up close, it's all about skill, timing, and knowing when it's about to let go.
Hollywood couldn't script this better. Wayne Pearson's shadowing Mr. Bang, waiting for the slightest misstep. You reckon Megasaurus 55 saw a spider in the cockpit? 'Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strength.
Sorry to interrupt here, but looks like smells like we tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half.
Whoops. Smells like we is going to be kicking themselves.
With steely determination and laser focus, Wayne Pearson is homing in on Mr. Bang. The battle lines are drawn.
The rubber's burning, the crowd's yearning, and Wayne Pearson's engine is churning to get past Mr. Bang.
What a move. Wayne Pearson has moved up to 5th. It looks like Megasaurus 55 is pushing hard to catch up to Sunoiler. The gap is over a second, but Megasaurus 55 is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Sunoiler?
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. Megasaurus 55's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's Megasaurus 55.
Good news for Megasaurus 55, the gap to Sunoiler has decreased. It's now down to 1.0 seconds.
Just what Megasaurus 55 needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Sunoiler out of sight for too long.
In a race where seconds count, Wayne Pearson is counting on less of them between themselves and Jack M Team. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Wayne Pearson's giving it some stick, pulling Jack M Team into a mere one. Hold on a moment. Oh dear, Sunoiler has had an incident.
Well, slap my grandma. Sunoiler's gone off like they saw a ghost. Or maybe they just saw their last lap time.
As Wayne Pearson trails Jack M Team, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind.
Exactly. Wayne Pearson's got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one.
Oh no, what's this? Looks like Megasaurus 55 is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride.
Well, butter my biscuit. Megasaurus 55 took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Wayne Pearson is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play.
Whoa. Wayne Pearson's on fire, leaving skid marks and Jack M Team's hopes behind. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Fantastic move from Sunoiler, who has just gained a position. Alright, I've got to ask, ever tried Vegemite?
Tried it once. Reminded me of NASCAR rubber mixed with axle grease. But hey, to each their own.
Who needs speed dating when you've got Jack M Team chasing down Sunoiler this eagerly? Move over Tinder, this is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour. The gap between Jack M Team and Sunoiler is expanding faster than a bull's waistline. It's now a whopping 1.0 seconds. Would y'all look at that gap? Mr. Bang's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger. Mr. Bang's been working the tire temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Jack M team. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Sunoiler is getting closer to Wayne Pearson, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel. Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Sunoiler and Wayne Pearson.
Now, ain't that something? Sunoiler is right on it. Just needs to keep the pedal to the metal to tailgate Wayne Pearson.
Stone the Crows. Sunoiler's pulled a sneaky, landing at 5th. Always a surprise with them. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
Looks like Mr. Bang's car has turned into a mobile, no vacancy sign, and Sunoiler is looking for a room. You won't find cheap rent here, mate.
Now, that's some good old defensive driving from Mr. Bang. Holding their line, keeping that rear view filled up with intimidation.
Mr. Bang is giving a masterclass out there, but will overconfidence be their downfall?
Indeed, Rob, pride comes before a fall. Let's see if Sunoiler can capitalize on any mistake. Yes, it's clear that Mr. Bang is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Sunoiler to catch up.
This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here.
Blimey, Sunoiler's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 5th just like that.
Impressive. Sunoiler is really showing their skill and determination out there.
A tough moment for Sunoiler, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 6th. The race has its rhythm, and right now, Mr. Bang is dancing to its beat at 5th.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Mr. Bang needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
Sunoiler is gaining on Mr. Bang quicker than a croc on a wallaby. It's a blink and you'll miss it situation with 1.9 seconds separating them. The track is alive with action, and right in the thick of it, we've got Megasaurus 55 cruising in second. Megasaurus 55's lead is shrinking faster than ice cream in the outback sun. At this rate, Wayne Pearson will be on their tail in 7.6 seconds. Alright, hold your horses. Sunoiler is really putting the heat on Mr. Bang. If I were Mr. Bang, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
And Sunoiler has just won the place from Mr. Bang.
Yes, but Sunoiler can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position.
The action is non-stop as Mr. Bang shadows Sunoiler through every twist and turn, determined to claim 5th. The echo of the exhausts, the rubber meeting road, and there's Wayne Pearson, commanding the third. Crikey, Wayne Pearson's lead is slipping away quicker than a roux on the hop. Jack M team is now just 6.7 seconds behind.
Will Wayne Pearson be able to keep Jack M team from breathing down their neck? Let's wait and watch.
As the laps tick by, Smells Like We finds themselves in first. Every moment counts. Smells Like We's ripping it up out there, going harder than a roux on a trampoline and leaving Megasaurus 55 in their wake. Bloody hell, Jack M team looks like they're chasing a ghost out there, but as we always say, every dingo has its day.
That they do, and in Carolina, we'd say they're chasing their tail, but miracles do happen. Wayne Pearson might be leading the parade now, but remember, the dance ain't over till the last fiddle plays. Still plenty of racetrack left for surprises.
The gap between Jack M team and Wayne Pearson is getting smaller. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really— Oh no, what's this? Mate. That's how I used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. It's all systems go for Jack M team, marking their territory in the fourth. Tell ya what, Megasaurus 55's trailing harder than my belt after Christmas dinner. Reckon he's got a plan up his sleeve, or is he just here for the sausage sizzle? The engines roar, the tires squeal, and amidst all this chaos, Jack M team is making a statement in fourth.
Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Jack M team is recalibrating, now at fifth.
Now ain't that something? Jack M team's got a bit of a wrinkle in their plan, but they'll iron it out, mark my words.
Oh dear, Jack M team has dropped down to sixth. Looks like Jack M team is trying to chase down Mr. Bang, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
It's going to be tough for Jack M team, as Mr. Bang seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Jack M team pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
From the cockpit to the pit lane, the chatter is all about Wayne Pearson's masterful hold on the third.
Oh, spot on. With the way Wayne Pearson controls that third, you'd think they've got the track's blueprints.
You'd think Jack M team is trying to find water in the outback with that gap. A miracle, or Mr. Bang's blunder, might be the only savior.
I reckon it's like looking for a needle in a haystack right now. Races are the ballads of the asphalt. They ebb, flow, and crescendo. And just when you think the melody's predictable, comes the surprise note.
Gee whiz, Jack M team's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
The track tells a tale of speed, strategy, and skill. Today, it narrates Smells Like We's journey in first. A commanding performance from Smells Like We, who has increased their lead over Megasaurus 55, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors. A strategic misstep perhaps? Smells Like We's place has shifted to second. The plot thickens. You know, Smells Like We reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Sweet mercy. Smells like We's lagging like my grandma's old computer. Might be time to reboot, or at least pour some coffee into the gas tank.
Tell ya what, Sun Oiler is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
Stop the press, stone the crows. Mr. Bang's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. The gap between Smells Like Wee in second and Megasaurus 55 remains over a second, but Smells Like Wee is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close the gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 1 minute?
Absolutely. Smells Like Wee in second will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
The crowd is on tender hooks as Mr. Bang in 6th chases after Jack M Team. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Mr. Bang find a way to catch up?
Yeehaw, it's like Mr. Bang took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Bloody oath, Mr. Bang is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Jack M Team down to a scant 6.3 seconds. You can feel the rumble from here. Smells Like Wee's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
An impressive showing from Smells Like Wee, who has gained positions and left Megasaurus 55 in the dust. It's all over. Smells Like Wee has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Megasaurus 55 certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result. Impressive drive from Wayne Pearson to claim the final spot on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
With Sunoiler in 4th. Followed by Jack M Team in 5th. Finishing 6th is Mr. Bang. Mr. Bang is in the pits.